2036 ra go prospera yang go te 2030 re tabe re na le mental health issues e le gore go mo ke pandemic when in 2025 where we already have signs where we already see that the mental health of the Motswana has gone to levels of 0 and we're not doing anything about it. So when you are empowering the girl child and leaving the boy child behind, you are creating chaos. You are not smart. In any way, you are not smart. Because these issues, they require you to involve psychologists and people who understand how the mind works and anthropology, which is how cultures lebato are wired.
This is Mogobe Nuggets of Wisdom podcast. We enthuse, we energize, we inspire, and we empower entrepreneurs and entrepreneurs of all stripes in BW and beyond. Dumela, and a very warm welcome to you, dear viewer, dear listener. Mompoloki Lerumo Mogobe, as always, the host of this wonderful program, Mogobe Nuggets of Wisdom podcast. I welcome you, and I'm so privileged that you are there. Can you just do me one small favor before we get started? Strike that subscribe button. You have no idea how helpful it is, how much it helps the podcast. Please do that. Another thing, a little bit of housekeeping before I introduce my wonderful guest. Momp Nuggets of Great. It's been available, as you know, only $350. It's available from Exclusive Books. It's available from my office here on Mogobe Plaza. It's also available from Sesaratakama International Airport. Just grab yourself a copy. I try to share my story and try and empower people. Please, it goes a long way. It helps us here. My guest is someone you've seen before here on the Nuggets. It's actually her third visit, and I'm privileged to be able to interview her. Her name is Agatha Atlholang. She's going to introduce herself more broadly, but we're going to talk about very, very interesting subjects. The issue of mental health. We're going to talk about personal development. We're going to talk about my favorite subject, the issue of our finances as a nation and as individuals. And we're going to cover all this with the objective of empowering you as the viewer. Thank you so much for taking the time out. You will love this one, guys. You're going to just love it. Agatha, welcome.
It's been a while, Mr. Mogobe. Thank you so much for the invite.
Yeah, and thanks for agreeing to come. I think everybody knows you, but there should be at least 2 or 3 people who have no clue. Just for the benefit of that tiny minority. Okay. Just please introduce yourself.
The name is Agatha Atlholang. I am a Mongwaketsi. And my mom, ke Mokalaka, ke holetse ko Francistown. I am a certified wellness coach. So I run a business called Genuine Fitness. Genuine Fitness is all about helping Botswana to become the best version of themselves, mind, body, and soul. So we are more into personal training in terms of fitness as well as life coaching. And that's how you get the brand, the whole thing, wellness coach. So so you cannot have a person me you get it?
Yeah.
Yes.
How long have you been in this space?
Oh my goodness, it's over 12 years I've been a personal trainer, and it's over 4 years I've been a life coach.
Okay.
It's been a wild ride, but it's been amazing.
I suspect when you started, we didn't appreciate even the idea of a personal trainer. Has there been a shift?
It's quite interesting because when we started out, I don't know if you still remember China Mokaila.
Yes.
Yes. We used to run a business called Ultimate Fitness. We did very well. Our clientele were predominantly, your more affluent Botswana and mostly your Caucasians and your Indians. So we were doing very well in that regard. I can you attract the vibe so we were more on the upmarket side. Yes. So we were doing very well. Today I see Botswana hela le ba ileng gore they might not be as successful in terms of financially. They're walking the streets, they're running the streets. It seems to be something. It's in its infancy stages. We can do more. Obviously there's a level of education that needs to be put out there on fitness, but it's a start.
Okay. Before I talk about, the bigger issues, let's
Yes.
just cover this one.
Yes.
The physical fitness.
Yes.
Can you remind people about the connection between physical fitness
Yes.
and mental health? Isn't there a direct correlation between the two?
Brilliant question, Mr. Mogobe. Your physiology is directly proportional. Well, it's affected by your psychology. So your physiology and your psychology and vice versa work hand in hand. Mr. Mogobe, wa itse le wena hela re phakela ha o tsoga o lwala. Mmele wa gago se one sente. You don't come to the office because you're going to be problematic in the office with your bad mood. You understand?
Yeah.
So when you are sick physically, it affects mowa wa gago. Hence, your physiology, which is your body, affects your psychology, which is mowa wa gago, le
Yes.
dikakanyo tsa gago. So there is a direct a relationship between the two. That is why Riri, how mmele wa gago sa nna sente, you are the kind of person where eleng gore o nna le stunted growth in terms of how you think, your world view, and all of that. That's why dingaka di nna di re exercising go boosted mood wa lona, go boost the creativity ya lona, go boost the mowa wa lona, le kgone go nna le better relationships. Does that make sense?
It does.
Yes.
And obviously you have the receipts to prove it.
Absolutely.
Have you actually had, I don't call them patients, clients?
Yes.
Where you've seen
Yes.
the big difference occurring as a result of your activities on the physiology side and affecting the business side.
When people come to you as a personal trainer, they think they're just coming to lose weight. What they end up finding out is that this thing is a holistic thing. They get to see how much it boosts their confidence. When the weight sheds, thogonyana ya motho wa ya tswa magetanyana a gago a tswa gore le ha tsena mo officing wa utlwa gore wa tsena ha rwele sethako stiletto wa utlwa gore rwele sethako ha apere sutu wa utlwa gore wa apere sutu ibile wa utlwa gore ke motho,
Yes.
because of the change in their physique. So it boosts you in so much that when you are confident in yourself, it is easier for you to deliver in terms of your speech, how you talk, how you present, and how you show up in your trade or in your business or in the company.
That's very true. There's a thing we have at the time of our second president,
Yes.
Ramasira, it was called Vision 2016.
Yes.
And then I think under the other presidents, when it got to 2016, it became 2036.
Yes.
Which is the nation's vision.
Yes.
Just remind people about the pillars of this vision, because the question I'm going to ask you once you've done that is how far we are on that vision and whether we are heading towards it. I really want you to just set it out nicely, and then answer that part in a second.
Okay, I won't go too much. This is Vision 2030, I think 2036 again.
That's the one we're looking at, but we are coming from 2016. Yeah.
2016, remind me again where we were at 2016.
I think what happened is with Ramasire, 20 years earlier,
Yes.
we set out Vision 2016.
Yes, and we were saying, what were we saying?
We were saying, one of the things we said, we're going to be a compassionate and loving nation. And it seems as if the things that we said we'll do in 2016, we shifted them to 2036 and created another 20 years. More or less, that's the way I recall it. Yeah.
But now, where we are right now, would you say that we still hold on to that compassion that we are
Who is
talking
interviewing
about?
who?
We haven't achieved any of that. If
Yeah.
at all we had achieved something, let's say, we have totally shifted from all of that. If you look at 2036 yaanong, ye leng gore ne re re prosperity for all Botswana. Re re Motswana mongwe le mongwe wa go nna le a way ye ka itshetsang ka
Which
yone.
is what, 10 years ahead?
This we're more 2025 again.
Yeah, so it's about 10 years or 11
years.
Yeah.
But here's the funny thing. 2030.
So we should be roughly at a halfway point.
But me anong le ba ha re leng teng gompieno yana Mr. Mogobe. Re lebile gore Motswana o na le di mental health issue. Motho o na le mental health issue ga ke a nna successful mo botshelong. It's impossible. So now we are out here, we've got a vision. It's just there. Happy the funny thing ka division it's rona, which is problematic, is that go tabe go tsena regime yengwe itabe re 2036 itabe we don't build from the past regimes efforts or endeavors. So so right now when we are going to my profession and what we do, we are concerned ka Motswana gore Motswana ha le nteng gompieno yana ga khone go gore ke ka reng o palwa ke botshelo o palwa ke botshelo go sena ditamelo ditsompelo Motswana a bogologolo Mr. Mogobe, your generation, you are the generation you made sure you found how to do things so that you could excel mo botshelo, even though some of you gola from abject poverty.
Yes.
So it's not a new thing for you. Poverty has always been there. But you guys somehow, some way, with the level of resilience that you had, with the nuggets of wisdom that your parents bestowed upon you, today's child who ha ke botsa mo go be wa 21 years old then le wa 21 gompieno bona pharologanya
and
wa gompieno a re o bata tiro. And the conversation here is not to talk about lack of employment or whatever, is to say how much have we socialized the child gore a khone go nna successfully a tsene ko vision 2036.
Yes.
Wa bona re ntse for both from goromente le ene as an individual. Can we always make this vision seem as if ke kanya goromente hele?
Yes.
It's also about you.
It needs to be owned.
You need to own it. So we are struggling. 2030 hati mental health itabeli kuri mental health issues, it will be a pandemic. We are going to have a serious problem with mental health.
Unless there are some interventions.
Unless there are some interventions. So, ha lo re go ntse yalo 2036 ra go prospera yang go te 2030 re tabe re na le mental health issues ile gore go mo ke pandemic. When in 2025 where we already have signs, where we already see that the mental health of the Motswana has gone to levels of 0 and we're not doing anything about it. This is problematic.
What are the signs and symptoms that you see? For us to answer the second part of the question of
yes.
Where are we to audit ourselves?
Yes.
We need to first say
see where
what
the
are
problem
what are the signs and symptoms look epidemic.
I love your question because it's so loaded because if you look at Carl Rogers, the psychologist, Carl Rogers I'm not going to say it verbatim or just let me put it in this way.
You paraphrase.
Let me paraphrase it. If you are not going to accept and recognize the issues that you have, it is going to be impossible for you to fix them.
True.
The paradox of this whole thing is that when I truly accept myself and my traumas and my issues, that is when I can fix them. So I love that you are starting with that. Mathata a hagai, where is the problem, Agatha?
Yes.
And what are you seeing, Agatha? We have issues with our men. Men are killing themselves. Men are killing women. Men are misplaced. Men no longer know who they are, what they are doing, why they are here, because we took away from men the only thing that made sense to them, which is them providing. And providing was from where?
Which is the masculinity.
Exactly. Them providing from where? From going into offices and working. So once you take that away from them, they no longer know who they are. So when you are empowering the girl child and leaving the boy child behind, you are creating chaos. You are not smart. In any way, you are not smart. Because these issues, they require you to involve psychologists and people who understand how the mind works, and anthropology, which is how cultures libato are wired. How we change the structure? without understanding how the mind works. So now you have men who are sitting here, they don't know what to do. Bathola ko snooking, bathola mo di drugsing, bathola mo thobalanong e seng safe. Ba bola. So we have created an animal that we don't even know how to fix. So we've got that. Today you have got women who are empowered. I don't call it empowerment. I think feminism and woman empowerment is an epic fail. Why do I say this? Because we have taken women and we've taken them from their natural environment of femininity into masculinity, which is nothing wrong with it, because in this day and age, if all you are going to rely on is your husband who can die anytime, how are you going to survive? I would be a hypocrite to say women mustn't work. But in the process, because you don't understand the psychology, we have made women now to become men who are now doing exactly what men used to do. You've given them a blank check without educating them on the purpose of making money. As basadi and their roles. So just because you are a CEO does not take away from the fact that you are a mother and a wife. You get what I mean?
That's true.
So now you are not nurturing the kids. All you are nurturing is grown men and women in the office while your children are lagging behind. That's why your kids are on drugs.
Not sure.
You see where it is.
When you say you took away some of these things,
Yes.
especially the role of a man as a provider.
Yes.
How did we do that?
We did that by saying patriarchy. Mr. Mogobe, I challenge that. Mo Gaborone, mo Francistown, mo Silebepikwe, all these towns, you cannot tell me that old way of thinking exists. Patriarchy. Women today have gone to school. They know what is right and what is wrong. So you cannot tell me that now you are going to empower the woman so much that you are going to leave behind wana musiman. So you took away under the guise of patriarchy. Instead of go tahela bor no ngwana wa mosetsana o saletse go morago a re mo empower mosimane ke yo o ira madi a re bone gore re mo tsenya ya mo systeming re sa ntshe yo mongwe. You cannot empower one by disempowering another. It's like this silly mindset wa gore rich people must take all their money now and then give it to the poor. One thing that I can tell you, take 1 billion from a billionaire, take all his wealth, give it to the poor, that money will go back to the billionaire.
Absolutely. Because it's mindset, it's
strategy. Mindset, it's a lot of things. So now when you take away the different things that men have in them, men are 4 things, Mr. Mogobe. Let me educate you.
Please do.
Munna is a king. I'm going to use you as an example so that the viewers and the listeners can understand what we're talking about. First of all, Mr. Mogobe is a king. What do we mean? Una le kingdom e leng gore ke mma Mogobe le bana. Right?
Yes.
Motsi. Every man o itsholele go godimo kana ye go tase. Go na le kingdom mo go wena modimo go tsentse go mo. That is why le banna le babedi you cannot occupy the same crawl. Gwa nna sente. Mongwe le mongwe o na le jarata ya gagwe. Right? Number 2. Munna is a warrior. Hela go bona go to warrior energy.
I was going to ask you about that. Yeah.
Munna warrior energy bogologolo ne etswa ka Mr. Mogobe ne le gore they went to go and hunt. Today warrior energy is in the office.
You hunt in the office.
You are hunting in the office. You need to develop that in you. Right? Munna is a spiritual guide. O tshwantse ro bone dilo ko pele tse bana le mosadi ba sa di boneng, because God has entrusted you with leadership. So kelollo ya gago e tshwantse re ye go godimo.
Vision, yeah.
So how le monna o sa developa kelollo ya gago, that is how you abuse your wife and abuse your home. Number 4, a man is a lover. This is why Mr. Mogobe a khona go nna le some sort of compassion for Mogobe. A khona go relate le ne hali in her emotions, in her feelings. Darling, don't worry, it will be fine. Come here. You want to talk about what happened at work today? Ba go tenna ka mogatsaka mpolelele. You know what I mean?
So almost like you're offering therapy.
Exactly. Daddy, this bully came to me yesterday and come my girl. That one. Aritamen, let me teach you how to deal with this. You understand? So men have all these things. Now, what women did was to strip men, bare patriarchy, instead of developing these four mo banneng gore banna ba ile se go nna batho ba ileng gore ba thakathakanya lehatsi.
They started talking of toxic masculinity.
There is no such thing as toxic masculinity. Masculinity one. There is brokenness ya motho. Masculinity cannot be toxic. Femininity cannot be toxic. What is toxic is the individual. It's like saying marriage is toxic. You are toxic as the person.
Yes, yeah.
So these institutions are there. And this is why people like me are very important in society. Because re taka a level of knowledge e leng gore e raise consciousness ya batho gore ba itse go tshela mmogo sente so that the economy can boom through the partnership of men and women,
Yes.
them coexisting together, bringing forth both their talents so that we can build a better society through bana ba re ba godisang ka moso ba tenne ba iteledi pele ba lehatsi.
Yes, yes.
Ya no go itirelwa hela. So this toxic masculinity they speak of, basically what they are saying, and let me speak in their language. What they are talking about ke gone mo gwa goreng ha monna tsena mo officing o ta ba dira ya a dirisa position ya gagwe gore a dirise bana bothaswa. Akere sexual harassment,
Yeah.
all these things. Do you know what that is? That is the broken lover in a man. So because you don't know psychology and how a man is wired, you are going to say get them out. Banse. So what's going to happen, because banna ba tena ga yano le bone, because they are uneducated in the human psyche, they are going to come up with ways gore ba dire yang ba khopele basadi ko thoko, because ba lapiswa gore basadi ano ba ba gateletse instead of understanding the psyche ya mosadi, because we are equal but equally different. So this is where the problem is, that we don't understand the mind of the man and the mind of the woman. That's why in marriage you will clash, because you don't understand the wife doesn't understand you and how we are wired. Men are interested in things, Mr. Mogobe. Women are interested in people. That is why you have this whole empire. You are interested in things. Can I tell you something?
Yes.
I am not interested in being a multimillionaire. I am interested in how people grow. And if my business becomes a millionaire product,
It becomes a byproduct.
It's a byproduct.
Yeah.
What I am interested in is motho, le kgolo ya motho.
Yes.
As a woman. And this is why society is lagging behind, because women have now lost that. Now, ha gona di outreach program, ha gona di CSR program, tse leng gore ne di le teng bogologolo, where women would go into the villages, ba empower bana le basadi le banna ba ileng gore they were disempowered. So outreach programs are not there, which is also the job of the first lady.
Which leads me to my next major talking point. Which is that we are now a fatherless nation. We're a fatherless nation. How did we become like that? And how do we reverse that trend, if at all it's reversible?
If I've got my statistics right, because I often misquote them, but at least I'm in the 80s. I think it's 83.8%. Yabana baba tsutsweng, children who were born in 2019. Do you know that all those kids were coming from malapa ileng gore bomma bone ga ba nyalwa? The
2019 up to now.
2019.
Or that
particular year.
Yeah.
Mo gore elang gore it's obviously skyrocketed.
You mean the majority?
The majority.
Or 80?
83.8%.
Of the
So if
children
100 kids were born in 2019, 83 of them ga bana borra bone. Ga ba gole mo malapeng a go na le mama le papa mo lenyalong.
So only 17%.
Yes. So what does this mean for us? Let me enlighten you.
I'm
I know.
shaking, I'm shivering.
I know. And the way Botswana disregards the importance of the nuclear family is beyond me. I don't understand gore batho ba akanya yang, because the family is the basic unit. Ngwana socialize mo go yone gore ka moso a itse gore batho go tshelwa yang le bone. So ngwana ha sena mmagwe le rragwe go tonna thata ha ile ngwana a mosimane a go diswa ke mmagwe hela gore a nne le some sort of compassion for his own, which are men, because obone mmagwe hela a sokola. You get it? So this is why we've got a problem with these boys. They lack masculinity because there are no fathers in the home. That is why ngwana gompieno ha ithela mosadi wa gagwe anale guy yenngwe wa mmola as opposed to Mr. Mogobe wa bogologolo ene gore ena o na ikamogela a ba re hey, okay, let's move on, or it was never about because you had a sense of autonomy when as a
properly
person.
socialized.
Exactly. It didn't take away from your personhood. So we are badly socializing bana gompieno because ga gona a father in the home, and not just any father. A father who understands his role as a man and what he has to impart to the children. So now we have a fatherless generation. Without coming with solutions. And you are surprised that this is where our men are. We have a disaster here, and people are not looking into this thing. It speaks to the brokenness of the psyche. These are dysfunctions. They think this is normal. You cannot
They
have...
just send emojis laughing.
Yeah, they send emojis. Mr. Mogobe, how is a whole gentleman of your caliber Modi Facebook alwale bana? How? How is a whole professional business executive masters ona di PhD o meka na yang le bo Agatha mo social media aba bolela ka mokgwa ene gore ga ba bui sente ka teng? The assumption is that you are educated, you must even know. You should be the one supporting me, or Agatha,
but you are calling out things that are not right. You're simply saying, I cannot let this go without alerting the nation.
And you know what that is? It goes to show me that Botswana has to be purposely legacy, because now I'm in my purpose. Bone they are not.
Let's hope it's a minority. Let's hope so.
I hope so, Mr. Mogobe, because this fatherless nation thing, it is really corrupting we are gone.
Is it because people don't see marriage as a valuable institution? We are no longer looking at it as a necessary institution for the perpetuation of society?
We don't, because this single parenting thing has become fashionable. You know why? Because our children are being raised with the TikTok coming in, with Instagram coming in, with Facebook coming in. It has totally annihilated the morally, the value tsa rona as Botswana, which then affects the way we look at marriage. On top of that, remember, mo TikTok, mo maranyaning, we tell about the negative sides of marriage. No one speaks about the good, because even when you talk about good, people come for you. So all people know is the negative part. And you know social media spreads like wildfire.
Yeah.
So one negative thing that you are saying, everybody is going to consume and think that is how it is. There's a percentage of Batubay, they've got happy marriages. And they are blossoming and they are millionaires because marriage, it
has stability.
It has stability. So yeah, no. People also come with this rhetoric or narrative. Agatha, kana these things were happening bogologolo ebe ke re gale ke la itepatepanya le batho ba bogologolo. So santa batho ba bogologolo had structures where there was no father, there were uncles and grandfathers
to take that place.
To take their place. Today the grandfather or the uncle we know of reports, they are sexually abusing bana le bona ba basimane tota. So you can't say that you know, it's not a new thing.
But I want you to say to me that it's not all gloom and doom, and give us some hope. For instance, what are the solutions? How do we address this?
Well, can I be honest with you? And I hope this episode, you might get a lot of people, right? For me, it's all doom and gloom. You know why? Let me tell you why. Botswana are people who don't know how to disassociate from the conversation without tagging themselves into it. So when you come and you show the problem, they insert themselves inside. So which makes it difficult for them to do what? To hear you, so that you offer solutions. So when I talk about this baby mama culture, in Modi office in how many women are baby mamas? So they feel attacked. So if you are coming to talk to people babbling in that state, ba go twa ya Mr. Mogobe gore wena o ta genuinely o batla go thusa. This is why it's all doom and gloom until these people wake up and realize that we are not talking about them. We are talking to the dysfunction. They don't know how to separate the person from the behavior. This is why even Harilwa, we say, you are like this, you are like this. We don't say, you know, when you display this behavior, it makes me feel a certain way.
Sounds like the nation needs therapy.
The whole nation needs therapy. Do you know how many times I have tried to talk about this? Agatha Atlholang, Mr. Mogobe. We had a trailer the last time when I was on a podcast. 1 million views. 1 million people know Agatha Atlholang.
Within a short space of time.
Within a short space of time. So you can't say you don't know what Atlholang is about. You can't tell me how it's Ikage Motswana ki. The problem is, and I've seen this firsthand, I've had my fans call me and say, you know, we were in a meeting, Modi office mo, go ntshitswe maina go twe wellness, go tla se mamang, go tla se mamang, e be re go tsisiwe Agatha because na ra go follow re itse value ya gago. Those people they put it out there, but we don't want that woman there. So now get the solution. Now get vocally. Now get passionate. Now I know what can get trendy see. They don't see the value of me and the solutions that I can offer. That is backward thinking. That is primitive thinking. And this is where the problem is. This country is going to continue being a third world country because we have primitive thinking.
But I'm still going to push you to shift to the positive. When you said gloom and doom, I always dig deeper.
Yes,
let's go deeper.
Yes.
To say,
yes,
you do have wellness,
yes,
wellness courses, and you do have wellness programs. I want you to talk about some of the green shoots.
Yes.
I want you to talk about some of the low hanging fruit. I want you to talk about the successes you've had there. I'm going to push you there, although you're the overall picture is negative.
Yeah.
But let's talk about the green shoots.
You know, there are people by Lengore, Obana Molaife, Mr. Mogobe. One thing you need to also appreciate, and this is something that you must also teach your children, not helabana ko lapeng, but your employees.
Yes.
You cannot force people to change. Those people who are ready for change will come. Ibile Mudimu, hona le aka berekang ka teng. Ha gongwe Modimo o tshwantse re a tsise sa hako. Gore batho ba itemoge ba lemoge gore ba hakae. Gore ga go a nna sentle. So the people who come to me, or the people who allow me into their businesses, there are people by Lengore, they have come to themselves and they realize they need help. You cannot help people who don't see that they have a problem.
So they've had an awakening.
They have had an awakening.
Or an epiphany, whatever.
An epiphany, right? And we are seeing more people waking up now with the economy in the ewa. Gore batho ya nong ba simolla ba bona gore botshelo ga se jaaka ne ke tsela gore bontse ka teng. I'm actually not prepared for this. I was in a corporate job, I had a Benz, I had a house in Pakalani, now I'm being retrenched. What's the way forward? What am I going to...
Let me hear what...
So sometimes we need that doom and gloom so that people can come to themselves. And then we will start to fix. Because la ha ka lebella mo Bible-eng go ne go simolla go le thata. Ebe modimo a tsisa prosperity. Ebe ba itebala modimo a ba busa.
So most like it's generational.
That is the way it works. It's been written in the book. It's there. Look at from way back, it's been like that. Why do you think even big economies they are potama
Yes.
But people have forgotten to be compassionate. People were just seeing themselves. To see why the students they longer had the uniform because now we are in the shoes, we are feeling the suffering. That is what brings compassion. Compassion doesn't just come. You have to have gone through something for you to be compassionate about other people. So for people to come to me and say, boss lady ke batla go ikaga a gona motho o kileng ata go nna Mr. Mogobe antaro batla go ikaga botshelo ba go bole bolate. So we need that. So in terms of doom and gloom, that's where it is. For me, I appreciate what's happening. I'm not threatened by the instability ya Botswana. Ke fila gore re mo monong wa modimo. Modimo re isa go re tsontson re teng, go re tsosa maroko.
It's almost like a baptism of fire,
It
though,
is, and it's great because we are going to come as stronger people and as people who know how to listen to each other. Right now, where we are, we don't listen to each other because we still have the comforts of the world. Hey, you are an entrepreneur, Mr. Mogobe. I run my own business. Do you know that there's more personal development than the guy who's in the office sitting there the whole day, alamo computer. More comforting.
You learn a lot.
You learn a lot. That is why I am the person that I am. That is why I'm able to stand up for myself and to stand within sekibata. Kana ke khona go coach batho ba corporate. But the corporate, they don't have a voice. You know why? Because they are in a script.
They are conformed.
They are conformed, and there's a way they have to act. They have to be in some persona that the real them can't come out. So in the streets, now we are out here.
So it takes me to the economic issue,
Yes.
the bigger, broader issue.
Yes.
To say, I don't think it's just about shiny little pieces of diamonds
Yes.
that we're in this situation.
Yes.
I think there has to be a broader explanation.
Very true.
It cannot just be about
true.
diamond sales.
Very true. Let's have this conversation.
Let me hear you on that.
One, so santayela re simolle. Lack of promoting family has contributed to us re ka skira bona mosola wa go diversify economy. What do I mean? When the family structure isn't there to teach bana to do for themselves, the government is going to be forced to focus on one mineral for its survival, for the country's survival. Because we don't have entrepreneurs. The most who is running this economy? The Indians. People from outside. Very few Botswana. Because you know where they come from? They come from family and hustle. You don't have that. So when you sat down, you discovered a diamond. You did not also push the family structure that would also support this diamond ka other industries. Being entrepreneurship and what? Where you learn from what? From papa le mama ba go ruta gore o itirele. Therefore, ba go tlogela o nna creative. Therefore, o bona motho wa problem solving. Therefore, you come up with a business that does what? Helps to diversify the economy. Do you see how this thing? People don't know how deep this is. The reason why I'm an entrepreneur is because I grew up in that setup. I was in I was in corporate for 5 years. I left. You can see I'm shining. I look good.
Well, I wanted to say same, but my followers may not like it.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
It's
not the money aspect, it's the thinking.
You can decide as a person, like I've decided, I refuse to participate in the so-called recession.
Recession.
Yeah.
This thing is a choice. Go tshwana hela le gore o nne mo netu mo you choose gore o tsoga maphakela o botswa mo ntung e leswe. You choose. You can decide gore wa go cleana ntwe o botswa mo ntung e clean. So a lot of these things where we sit down and oh my gosh, this, that, and the third, we are choosing subconsciously, whether consciously or subconsciously.
It's a choice.
So this thing here, the economy, Mr. Mogobe. Number two, do we not understand that whoever has the power and the money, we are always going to be the slave to that person? So when now we will always be beggars to you. Do you not see this these issues is gore di diamond ga di sele as an opportunity to wake Batswana up and start saying re hilwe tsono opportunity ke ye ya gore re itirele
Yes.
ya gore re tsene yanong in different industries re go bona the people who are doing well re cheke bo Mogobe re cheke bo Masheleng re cheke bo Agatha Atlholang re cheke Batswana ba bangwe ba ene gore they are doing well in farming re cheke Batswana ba ba dirang well in
And
IT
and quite
re
a
say
number.
all these great minds and put them in one room and say ke tseo di industry ra go bula jang why don't we have this level of thinking me go te batho ba na le ba tsene dikolo go te batho ba na le di masters and they've got more degrees than a thermometer
I like that.
no Mr. Mogobe this is insane I don't understand how as educated as this country is, it is on its knees at this current moment. Nakana, I'm
shouldn't
not
be.
an intellectual. I do not characterize myself as an intellectual, but I'm one of the most intelligent Botswana in this country. I can tell you that.
People know for them to make money, they have to sell something.
Exactly.
Why are they not selling something? What is the mind doing to them that says, look, me, I'm not getting into sales. Me, I'm not moving around
Botswana don't have the confidence.
advertising and marketing.
The Botswana don't have the confidence. Where's the confidence coming from? It's coming from the father. It's coming from you riding a bicycle when your father's teaching you how to ride a bicycle. You fall and your father says, "Get up, palama bicycle you." Round 2, down. Get up. Round 3, down. Get up. On the 5th try, you are soaring. Your father does that to you. So you take that. Remember, everything that happens to you in your childhood, it's embedded in you. It sets you up either for success or failure. Botswana are running the country and their businesses and all these things through mindset wa childhood. They can't do it. That's why they feel like they have to get other people to inject to make them successful.
That's one thing I don't understand. For
Gomo go
constantly
tlhoko
looking for
bonyenyane.
investors.
Gomo go
Endlessly
tlhoko
looking for
bonyenyane.
investors. No, I've never fully grasped it. Some investor is going to
Somebody out there is coming
No,
to save you.
We have
That is
to do things here.
That is the mindset ya Motswana. Because you know what? Leone system hela irile idiriwa. It was designed to make Motswana a slave to it. Njesa. Yeah, no, after how many years? You think you can change that overnight after a collapse of economy? You think you can change Botswana and transform them into these people by longer they can do their own thing? You have damaged the society. The society is damaged. They don't know. Can I, Mr. Mogobe, we are failing to realize that we are dealing with somebody called a Motswana whose psychology is not there. Even if you invest, Mr. Mogobe, wena as Mogobe hell,
Yes.
obor, guys, 2 million up for grabs. Okay? Madi kia. Bonang gore le tswa yang ka madi a. Utsore Botswana will not know what to do with that 2 million. So o tsamela batho ba ileng gore bone ga bana plan. Na gompieno ha ntha gore 2 million. You know what I'm going to do ka 2 million? Ke a go simolla hela ke tsaya Ikage Motswana ebe ke motsenya mo dikolong. Ke a go dira a tour ka 2 meter o. And on top of that ke a go create a syllabus yeo ya Ikage Motswana ya gore ngwana wa form 5 a transition sente into UB wa UB a transition sente into the working environment. That is why gompieno ana Mr. Mogobe lona ba le nang le di office le na le di business, you are complaining about this generation gore ga e bereki because it has not been transitioned well into these positions.
Yeah.
Do you get what I'm saying?
I am with you 100%.
Nobody's coming to save this country. You have to solve your own problems, and you need to be realistic and accept that you have problems. Until you accept that you have problems as a nation, nothing is going to go well for you as a society.
Yeah, Napoleon Hill says inside every adversity
Yes.
is a promise of an equivalent or greater blessing. So the question is, where is the blessing in all of this? And I know what people like Bill Clinton have said, you should never waste a crisis.
Yeah.
What do we do? How do we make good out of this crisis? How do we take advantage of it?
The beautiful thing about this crisis is that it is bringing people to question themselves, who are they? A question that a Motswana has never been able to answer for a very long time. Motswana o tshotsweng ka 1930 ke ena ka go arabang ha o mmotsa gore who are you?
Of the few that are remaining.
Of the few that are remaining. Motswana wa gompieno ha khone. Everything starts with omang. If you don't know who you are going to do what? You are in a society and your support, support so that we can build the country and build the economy and the nation. If you know who you are, you understand legacy, you understand purpose, and therefore you will move in that way instead of gobola basadi, instead of goreipa basadi, instead of goroga banna o remena trash. How na le so we itseng gore se tetse
Some of them call them dogs.
Exactly. If you know why you are here, like the Agatha Atlholangs of this country, the Mogobes of this country, there's a way that you will move. You will move very different. Because when you know who you are purpose driven, and yours is to problem solve. This is why we are here. The reason why you have this podcast is because you want to problem solve.
Yes.
Ya no matata ki Motswana hali busy ari economy ya potama na kare right I pota me o to wiki tso romang a kro wa tshameka
o ikgakologele
o boele ko marakanelong o boele ko morago backtrack gore o itse gore ga irile gote Botswana irile gote di stripe irile gote blue black and white go ne gote wine ire ha wa apara German le teisi o bo itse gore wa apara eng.
Wow. So it's a teachable moment. It's a moment of clarity.
And that is how you must take it. All 2.6 million of us. Now this is a learning curve. It's not making me Mr. Mogobe. I am not anxious. I am not depressed. I am in flow.
But you realize that you have to work.
I realize that I have to work.
Even harder to raise
Absolutely.
consciousness.
Right now where I am, I'm actually studying via online. Maranyano na re thusitse Istanbul, Turkey.
Tell me more about that.
Ki duela ka di euro say in an economy devaluing. Which means it's very expensive for me. But I know the value ya go tsa my last money instead of get traveler because na ke motho ke ratang go traveler. Ke tsere chanta ye ya madi ene ke ipela. Ebe ke re me ke sekolong ke ikoketse ke le Motswana. Gore ke nne le di opportunity kwa nte. Ke tsene mo standard thing ya first world. So ga ke na madi a go ya ko Istanbul. Me ke na le madi a go duela be ke dira via online. So ga ke bone opportunity. You must see the opportunity. Exactly. So, you know, the world, even in its chaos, there is a perfect order, which is now maranyani kia. How are you using it? When I sa maranyano go roga bo Agatha Atlholang. Do you know what I mean?
Now, I want us to talk a little bit about the curriculum because it always boils down to what we do for the next generation.
Yes.
I've had these fantasies throughout this
even
podcast.
Even our cameraman, wa bona gore o ngwa thogo gore ngwano mo mathateng.
Yeah, it'll come right, sir. Issues of curriculum.
Yes.
Overhaul. I've fantasized about this.
Yes.
And I've said to myself, surely we now see by now we need a major curriculum overhaul. How can it be done and how do you break through to the powers that be?
I like to use my own words, but I will use someone's words. I forgot who it was. Ari, you cannot solve problems with the same mindset that you created them with.
Albert Einstein.
So, we've got a problem. So, okay. Learn, unlearn, relearn. What does that mean? There are things that the late Mogobe, your mother, taught you. As you moved, some of them served you and some of them you needed to were obsolete. You needed to throw them out. Because no corporate. This thing you're just being nice all the time as my mother taught me. So you had to then go for coaching. I need to learn confidence. I need to learn to balance myself so that I can break through more corporate. I can learn what mama taught me, and then I have to unlearn certain things, and then I have to go for coaching to learn new things. You understand?
Yes.
So without that mindset, we are not going to overhaul this. Overhaul. First and foremost, education. That system is obsolete.
Very much so.
It is obsolete. So obsolete that bana ba santse ba tsenela mo di open space. Kore e santse le primitive mo kalo ka. Mo ileng gore ha o tsena nna ne ke tswa mo open space ne ke rutela mo open space. Bona ke ba rutelwa mo di open space. That is how primitive it is and archaic it is. So all these secondary schools, all these primary schools, we need the new system. Tse ileng gore di dira yang. Di computer le bana. We are in an era of AI. O santse o ruta bo R A E O U.
Dissecting a frog.
Do you know what I'm saying? So gompienana where we are not matching up to the challenges tsa society because we are not very good at studying. Rona re batho ba re gasogang wa bona. We're not good at sitting down, reflecting and watching.
Reflecting and absorbing knowledge, information rigidly.
This is why in terms of relationships, how bona motho a sa go direla sente, you go in instead of watching and observing gore okay, wa go iragala.
Yeah.
Wa bona re ntsa. So that is the same mindset we use in trying to build policies.
Yeah.
So
we never synthesize and critique.
Let me give you an example. Why okay, what's our Mr. Mogobe? Who thought it was a great idea to demolish Tirolo's shop? Whose bright idea was that? Whoever.
But it was a horrible idea.
It was a terrible idea. Do you know what the reasoning was? Bana ba itwala. So then I ask, okay, if Ferrari, it's a manka million, but you are going to discontinue Ferrari just because batho ba thula ka yone. How to dira di settings tse di different gore Ferrari e manage high setse ile over the speed. Ferrari because it's going to get us there.
That was one of the worst calamities for the nation.
Exactly. So now the question is, if you take out things like TS that were used to initiate bana, gore ngwana ya no tshwana la Agatha Atlholang yo na tswa ko bo John Mackenzie a senyegile, not a senyegile in terms, that's what we call the barenyana ba the English medium. Ona sa o na ile gore o bona ene hela a sa bone batho ba bangwe e re ha mo tsa o bo mo isa ko magaeng a bone gore gona le selo ga poverty a kre no toetse di bronze ko ga bone a bone gore there's another side of life o gona go sotega ebile how do you make do. So this is where the problem is. Botswana ba confuse itse ke modernization ka re iteleng gore ga ke tlhaloganye. Here's another thing, Mr. Mogobe. America ha ke tsora e 10 ne kana ya 10 this year 250 years.
It's not this year, it's next year.
Rona re 10 59.
Yes, we're getting the next one will be 60.
Next one will be 60. Look at how behind we are. We are like 100 and something years behind. So just because we have got the office, re Tom Ford, re na le rala di Giorgio Armani ya ke rele Giorgio Armani does not mean that my psyche has caught up. It just means gore the buildings have caught up. But the reasoning hasn't caught up. So the most important thing right now is to work on the mindset of Motswana and bring them to a first world mindset. Botswana have got a third world mindset. That's what they are. Waban. And we need to change this. And this thing is a serious thing. It's not even to disrespect Batho. That is why you are asking yourself right now, how is it that we think injecting money into this thing is going to fix this thing? A first worlder is thinking, itireleng, ipelegeng. It's on the 5 pula coin. So listen, Setswana, se go teng primitive se. It's actually more forward than Motswana. Because how can it
sa sidirising
kana Setswana sena le thuto ya tsone across cultures. Every culture, Mr. Mogobe, ha ke go raya kere work on yourself. Be the best version of yourself. Ikage, which one has more of an impact? Setswana. Then o tsere Setswana o bosa se ruti bana. O bore it's fashionable to speak English like this. Such that ngwana Setswana se tsamaelana le psyche e re ha o khalema a utwe. That is why gompieno yana o ta bodira yang o ta bo stop it nana ha o tena go ta ba re hey ke tla tloga ke lebetsa ngwana teng o ipotsa why are you so angry mommy? Because you failed to connect with what you were given. as human beings, which
Yeah.
is the language, so that it could speak to the psyche and then cause transformation. That is why makgwa bone ba transform ya ke sekgowa because ke sa bone ga ba change ke sepotokisi. An American ga change ke Setswana kana sepotokisi kana se guy.
So
We've got
nothing
a
is
problem.
lost in translation.
Absolutely. So this is where we are as a society. We need to come to a higher level of consciousness if we want to save this country.
Yeah. You've talked a lot about the girl child.
Yes.
In the past.
Yes.
And I wonder in the 2-3 years since you've been here,
Yes.
what is a lot of the girl child? Has it improved? Is it getting worse? And what is a lot of the boy child?
These two children, I remember where it started because I've been doing this work. You know where it started? It started with this statement, yeah, is singmongwaning. I sat down and I said, that's not where I come from. Where I come from Botswana. And this country, yari, is semobaneng. What does that mean? It's more the boy child and more the girl child, which means Setswana recognizes both banaba. Ka go lekalekana. When in your brilliance, you decided that wa go kgetholla. Le go kgetholla gone mo, o itse re bo dira yang. Ka no sena bothale jwa teng. O bo dira gore yaanong o re ngwana yo o mora gore o na le di rights, o sa moruti di responsibility. With rights comes a certain level of responsibility and accountability. My rights are your responsibility. Your rights are my responsibility.
Indeed.
So if you don't know how to teach responsibility with rights, if you say you have the right, it's your body, and you don't teach condomize and stay alive,
No, avoid sex completely.
or avoid sex completely, you are going to have this girl child, she's the carrier of HIV. You are going to have this girl child, girlfriend allowance. You are going to have this pompous girl child who is so arrogant. So you have created this man is now embodying a female body. And then when ignorant or arrogant, this patriarchy, it has come to you as the female.
I've never had it put quite like that.
Yes, remember, that which you judge, if you do not judge it, Sinte, you become it. Psychology teaches us that. So when you look at...
This is Joanna.
Exactly. The patriarchy just found a new body. It's called a woman.
You end up becoming that thing that you are...
That you
thinking.
judge.
Yeah,
Because when you judge, you come out, you go out of the problem-solving mode.
Yeah, but my question remains, what is a lot of the girl child and the boy child? What is the actual situation on the ground?
These two are misplaced children who have no idea who they are. Today we have little boys who think they're girls. We've got little girls who think they're boys. You have children who don't know what they're identifying as because babona mo TV you can identify as a he or she. I don't want to go much
Or
into
an
those
it.
things or an it. But the fact of the matter is Hana is a self-concept. Hana a sense of personhood. So we have a lot of young people that is why corporate. It's our pickle. We are now empowering 20-year-olds are going into the offices. They have lost, but 30, 30, they are going into corporate. They have lost decorum. Ha ba sa tlhola ba itse le gona gore go aparwa yang ha o tsena mo corporate. Ha ba itse gore go choosiwa boma. Gompieno di brand tse di associated le corporate. 10 years ago, my mother was in corporate. You would never dream of those brands didn't part of the brand ya corporate. You understand? You know, and I'm not taking away from the fact that these kids are influencers and they are doing their thing. All great, but there are places and spaces where those children need to get used. It's saying corporate institutions. That doesn't work that way. If you have these people coming, remember we've got people who are investors who are coming outside. They want to see who is selling these brands. Next thing but wana motho e leng gore ene ke le tago la bohero. Go dirisitswe ene go take the face of the business. Come on now. And it's our fault, Mr. Mogobe. It's not these children. How are these children going to know when we, the adults, have lost ourselves? Kana we knew who we are. We then, modernity came and made us realize that where we come from was wrong. Then we adopted the new ways instead of being like the Indians and the Chinese. Pick and choose what will work for you. We took everything, forgot that now we are raising children, discarded everything. Now we've got children who don't know. These children are so completely lost. They don't know where they are going. They don't know who they are. And for some reason, we are expecting so much from them. Facebook as a society, we are not showing up. I have no children. But I'm fully cognizant of the fact that ngwana ga Mogobe is following me on Maranyane. The way I dress is important. The content I put out there is important. I need to be conscious. Gore le ha ke sena bana, ngwana wa my sister is watching. So I still, whether I like it or not, whether I've made the choice to have children or not, it does not take away from the office ya gore I'm an adult. I'm done. I have to accept that.
Yes.
So ga ke keta ke le 44 be ke simolla ke sa tswala ha gona le bana ba basimanyana ba ileng gore they are looking at me to see the definition of mosadi. How ka ke wata wena as a gentleman o motona o nnetse go tagwa mo maranyane o dira so se bata. They are looking at what masculinity is through your eyes.
Because you are shaping.
Because you are shaping
them. Yeah.
So when we just put it in a nutshell, this thing, the work that I do, as unrecognized as it is in this country.
Who said it's unrecognized?
It's unrecognized
the following
because
suggests for it's more than
following
respected.
does not really translate to.
Well, I've talked to people.
Yeah, but
talk to people. Remember, there was a time when there was a halabaloo on social media.
Yes.
They tried to cancel you.
Yes.
But
yes.
then it actually boosted you.
Yes.
As a result. So my own thinking is that is just a phase you went through. But let's not belittle the following. It's very, very important.
No, definitely. I've got so many people following me, but it's unfortunate that the people who follow you are not the change makers. They're not the decision makers at the end of the day. You know what I mean? Yeah. So the decision makers have the wisdom following, and therefore they must give you the job so that you can do your job.
Yeah,
you understand what I mean?
The following.
And help this following.
Is it still a challenge for you to secure gigs?
It is.
What is the issue?